Hi, I'm Piano Man Steve Lungrin, founder of LearningMusicIsFun.com and creator of the Piano Man Approach online piano course. And welcome to my free tutorial for Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by the great Elton John, one of my heroes. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. In fact, it is my favorite of all Elton John songs as it happens. So I'm very excited to be teaching this. Before we get started with the tutorial, I just want to bring up a couple of points. First, you will notice that down in the description, I have chapters for this all lined up, and as a result, it has automatically created sort of YouTube timeline spots, so you can jump ahead. The chapters are for the different sections of the song. You can see what those are down there. Hopefully, it'll help you navigate through this tutorial so that you can work on a little bit of it, and then if you need to come back later, you can jump forward to where you left off before. Secondly, if you're enjoying this video and you enjoy some of my other content, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a like, one of those thumbs ups. And also, subscribe to my channel. That really helps me get up in the search rankings, and I appreciate it. So once you subscribe, there's a little bell that shows up, and if you click the bell, it will give you notifications when I put new content out. And if you're really enjoying yourself, then there's also some digital tipping options down there. There's Venmo and there's PayPal. Not required. Your greatest gift to me is your presence here, but it is always appreciated and really helps me keep the lights on and keep new content rolling out. Okay, I think that's enough of that housekeeping. So I'm going to change the view that you have of the screen so that the piano is here and visible. And we're going to get started learning Goodbye Yellow Brick Road right now. Alrighty, so the first part of the song we're going to learn is the relatively short introduction. This section right here. Okay, so let's take a look at what we're doing. We're going to break down the hands individually first. Then we'll put them together and you'll get plenty of opportunities to see them working together. So here's middle C. The left hand starts on octave Fs below middle C. And it's simply like this, at a tempo of 1, 2, 3, 4. F, E, D, C, B flat, C, C, F. Okay, and that's held loud up on the pedal there, but F, down. Okay, you'll get to see how that works in tandem with the right hand here. What's going on in the right hand? Well, we're going to form an F chord in second inversion. If you don't know what that means, don't worry, just follow along. It means C, F, A, middle C, F, A. Then it goes down to a C chord, which is C, E, G. Then to a D minor, A, D, F. And then it adds a C into the same chord and it becomes a D minor 7. So A, C, D, F. Then it goes down to a B flat chord in second inversion, which is F, B flat, D. Okay? So 1, 2, and then it toggles. Your thumb hits this F right here. And then it goes to an F chord up here, which is A, C, F. So that's a first inversion F chord. And then it resolves down to a C chord, G, C, E. And then to this F chord, A, C, F. And then we get another special little lick here where the thumb comes down on F, and then the pinky an octave higher, and then C, A, bum, 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 bum. So watch that. I'll play it at a slow tempo, just the right hand, but at a tempo so you can see what's happening. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's put the hands together and do 3 or 4 run-throughs at a nice slow tempo so you can see both hands at work. Here we go. more time. And when you get it at full speed, now you'll notice on that one, and this is okay, you can either come back in the left hand up to these Fs, or on that last F you can drop it an octave. It really doesn't matter, but I tend to do that, and sometimes I'm not sure if that's really what Elton was doing as much as it's just something I'm doing because I'm not playing with a band, and so I'm trying to add a little extra depth and wideness to the sound because a bass player would have kind of done that for you. So that's really up to you. It's a personal choice. But as long as you're playing F, either here or here, you're fine. So, okay, I'm going to do one of my masterfully produced blackout, black back in, or blackout and then fade back in transitions, because that's the only kind of transition I know how to do on my software. And I'll see you in the next section where we will learn how to play the verse of the song. So I'll be there momentarily. Okay, let's take a look at the verse. Here's what's going on at full speed. And then you're into what I call the pre-chorus section. So let's break down what's going on. Your left hand is starting on a G minor, so it's a G. So you're on low Gs, octaves. G, B flat, C, C, F. Now here's the rhythm that you're kind of following. So it'll be da, da, da. Okay, so G, B flat, C, C, F, A, B flat, B flat, E flat, E flat, C, C, F, 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 G. Okay, so let me play it once without yelling out the names of the notes so you can hear it rhythmically a little easier. Then it does the same thing. Okay, so that's the left hand. What's happening in the right hand? The right hand is starting on a G minor chord, G minor 7th chord. So I basically voice it like a B flat chord because you're playing a G in the bass. So you don't even need a G in the right hand. You can just play a B flat chord and together they become a G minor 7. So F, B flat, D, like so. And then up to a C chord, which is G, C, E. Now your thumb comes down to this E. And then, so I like to use my ring finger and my pinky finger. You could use, if your hand stretches long enough, you can use your middle finger and your pinky finger. But it's really up to you. And it goes like so. E, C and E like so. Then it plays this little game of the thirds up here in the top half of your hand, and your thumb moves up. So F, D, F, and then G, E, G. So if you need to cheat because that's just too much of a lift for you, just take the thumb out and just start with that. C and E, D and F, E and G. But if you want that full effect, he's got that sort of octave thing going. Okay, and then we're on an F chord. So we're playing A, C, F, and then to a B flat chord, B flat, D, F. Now we're going to toggle with our thumb on this F, and we're going to play C and F together, and then D and F together. Okay, so the lick is actually bum, 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 bum. So C and F, D and F, and then B flat, and you could play the F with it. It really doesn't matter, kind of. So sometimes in practice you'll be going along and it'll go, and other times you'll just go and play the B flat by itself. It doesn't matter. It has the same effect either way. So when you're playing it at full speed, just kind of whatever comes out is fine. But that's kind of the lick that we're going after. Okay, then it goes to an E flat chord. G, B flat, E flat. Then to a C chord, G, C, E, and we do the exact same riff we had before on that C chord. So that E, F, D, F, G, E, G. And then we're on an F chord. 1, 2, 3. And we then kind of move our hand up a little bit, toggle on this C here, on middle C. And then we do the same kind of thing that we did here, only we're doing it on the F chord. So C, G and C, A and C, F and C. Okay, so let me just play that far so you can see it all in context. Then we repeat all of that, basically. Now, on this second go through on the F, you go like so. We come down on the F chord. So see how that changed a little bit rhythmically with F chord, then goes to an F suspended chord, which is we move from A, C, F to B flat, C, F. Then back down to the F. Ba, 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 ba. And then we still come up and do our, like so. So let's put the two ands together, and I'll do it 3 or 4 times nice and slow so you can see them working through those parts together. Here we go. Okay, let's do that again. One more time, nice and slow. Okay, and at full speed. And we are ready to move on to the pre-chorus. So, let me do one of my super duper transitions here, and then I'll see you in the next section, and we will take up the high falsetto sweeping pre-chorus. One of my favorite parts of the song. See you there. Okay, well, we're ready to learn the high sweeping falsetto woo stuff, okay? And it shows up 4 times in the song, and I'm going to show you how there's a slight variation at the end of it depending on what part of the song you're coming out of it and then into, and I'm going to show you those 2 quick variations. It's also how the song ends, so I'll show you that, and then you'll get to see during the run through at the end how it kind of plays together at different parts of the song. So we were here. Now we do a real left turn for chords. It goes to a D flat chord. So your left hand goes to octave D flats. And we're pretty much going to land on this rhythm for this section. 1, da, 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 da. Okay, that's what is going on pretty much the whole section. D flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, B flat, C, and then it eventually goes to an F, and it'll either be the end of the song or the beginning of the next part of the beginning of the next section. So it goes to an F. So that's what the sequence is there. Let's take a look at the right hand. We were here. The good news is rhythmically pretty much all we're going to do is play quarter notes. So we jump down to a D flat chord, which I voice here, A flat, D flat, F, like so, which would put it in second inversion, if you know what that means. D flat major, second inversion. So 1, 2, then to an E flat chord, B flat, E flat, G. So 2, 3, 4. Then it goes to an A flat chord, which I voice in first inversion, C, E flat, A flat. Then back to a D flat chord, which is handy to just go to root position here, D flat, F, A flat. Now it goes to a B flat minor 7. And so I come down and play this same D flat chord I was on before, A flat, D flat, F, and I let the B flat be played in my left hand. Now you can, if you want to, you can play the full B flat minor here. You could add this B flat in there and go A flat, B flat, D flat, and F like this. And that's fine. It's just that for my ear, I like the voicing better. I feel like there's a little more space in the chord when I just let the B flat be down here, like so. So that's kind of up to you. It's your cup of tea, how you want to voice that. So, and then it goes to a C7 chord. B flat, E, G. Okay? And then to an F chord. So then I play A, C, F. And you're going to want to do this little maneuver that we've learned leading into the next verse. So that's one of the things you might do. 1, 2, 3, and then you're ready to start the next verse. So that's one of the cool things. It also leads you into the chorus. So bum, bum, bum. So when you go to the chorus, you're just, the minute you hit the F, you're going, goodbye, yellow brick road. Okay, so you don't have any trill. But when you come out of the second, you know, road, ah, ah, ah. What do you think you're doing? Okay, so depends on where you are in the song. You're either just gonna land on an F, or you're going to do that. So those are your two options. So take a look at the two hands together, and then we'll move on to the next section. We're going to do this nice and slow. We've just come out of This Boy's Too Young to Be Singing. Okay, here we are with this section. Let's do that again, nice and slow. Coming out of that first verse. One more time. Here we go. I'm going to do it one more time because I made a little goof there. Not enough that I don't think it helped you learn it, but just for my own ego, I'm going to do it one more time. Here we go. Coming out of that first section. Okay, so again, there are different things you do at the end of that particular phrase that will tie together at when we do the final run through. But when you get it up to speed, you'll be coming out of that. So let's move on to the next section where we're going to learn the chorus of the song. Or the song doesn't really have verses and chorus, but it's the part that goes, "Goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl." Okay, that's what we're going to learn in the next section, and I will see you there momentarily after one of my brilliantly edited transitions. Okay, let's take a look at this third section of the song. "Goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of the side." Okay, and once we're done with this, we're actually going to be able to just do a final run through and show you how all of these three different sections tie together at different parts to create the whole song. Because after this, you'll have learned everything you need to know to play the entire tune. So this is what we're going to learn in this section. Into the next section. So at least part of it we've already learned because it's just like the introduction. Okay, so what's going on? Well, on the bass, we're kind of following, for the most part, 1, dot, da, dot, da, dot, da as our rhythm. Okay, and 1, and 3, and 1. Okay, so we're on F, F, A, B flat, F, F, D, A. From D it goes to G, G, C, F. Now this is the one exception where we change the rhythm a little bit. So F, E, da. So we've gone 1, da, then D, A, B flat, D flat, and on that D flat, just kind of hold it. 1, 2, 3, do, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the and of 4, you move up to an E flat. Then F, E, D, C, B flat, C, C. Just like the very intro of the song, okay? So that's what's going on the left hand. You'll get plenty of chances to see it in context with the right, but I just wanted to walk you through it. So what is the right hand doing? Okay. The right hand is playing mostly some quarter notes, but with a couple of syncopated, what I call syncopated riffs on suspended chords. So what do we have? You got an F chord. So A, C, F. Then it goes to an A7, G, C sharp, E. And then you toggle on this A, and then you come down on an A suspended, D, E, A up here, and resolve it to an A chord, so that you basically play the same thing, but you move your index finger from the D to the C sharp. Let me play that a little slower. Then it goes to a B flat chord, B flat, D, F, like so, to an F chord, so A, C, F. And then we do the same thing on F. We toggle with our thumb on F, and then come down on F suspended, which is B flat, C, F. And then resolve that B flat down to an A. So up to that point, Now it goes to a D7, okay, which I play C, F sharp, A, like so. And then it comes down to a G minor, which is B flat, D, G, like so. And now we have one of our little suspended, syncopated riffs, only this time it's on a minor chord, and it's suspended back to a minor instead of suspended to major. So G, here's your suspension, which is C, D, G, and you resolve that C down to a B flat. Then it goes to a C7, which is G, B flat, E. Okay? And then we resolve up to an F. Then right back down to a C. Okay? And then it moves to a D minor chord. A, D, F. Then it goes to an A7, so G, C sharp, E, and we do one of our little licks there. Okay, so let me just get that far because I know that's a lot of information to process, but just watch this and listen in context. Now we're on to a B flat chord, and then to a D flat chord, which is a kind of a left turn. So it was B flat, D, F to A flat, D flat, F. And in this case we go 1, 2, 3, then bum, bum. So we move up to an E flat chord, B flat, E flat, G, like so. 1, 2, 3, bum, bum. And then we are just following exactly what we learned in the intro. The F chord, C chord, D minor 7, B flat, toggle, F, C. Okay? So, let me play the two hands nice and slow together so you can see those two parts working hand in hand with each other. Ready for another woo falsetto part. Okay, again, nice and slow. Okay, and again, nice and slow one more time before we do a run through. Okay, and at full speed. Okay, so in the next section, I'm going to do a full run through so you can see all these parts come together and turn into a song. Very excited about that, so let me do another one of my highly professional network television style transitions. And then I'll see you there for the full run through. Okay, let's turn this sucker into a song. So we start with the introduction. Then we are into the verse. To the first falsetto section. And by now, we are now into the first Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Embellishment there. Now we're back into the falsetto thing. Now we're back to another verse. Falsetto. Now we're on to the final chorus. Falsetto. And then we just land on that F and that's it. And if you want to have a little fun, you can come up the top of the piano up an octave or two and sort of arpeggiate up on an F added 9, which would be like G, A, C, F. So That's entirely up to you. It's not in the recording, but generally speaking, he'll do something like that live. Okay, and that's the song, folks. Hope you've enjoyed it. I love this song. I think it's got first of all, it's got a beautiful melody, and it's got an unbelievably beautiful chord progression. So, again, I'm Piano Man Steve Lungrin. If you've really enjoyed yourself, I hope that you will like this video and subscribe to my channel, and maybe even subscribe to notifications for when I put out new content. And if you really, really enjoyed it, I hope you'll consider a digital tip. It's not required, but it does help me keep the lights on, keep my operation going, and putting out new content for you at no cost. So anyway, those are just a few things that I hope that you'll consider, but mostly I hope you had a good time, because I've been saying for years and years, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong, and I mean it. The other thing that you might want to consider is that as much as it's fun to do tutorials like this, and we do learn some fun little signature lines and things that are a little bit specific to the song, but I teach a course called the Piano Man Approach, which teaches the fundamentals of how you actually learn to play songs like this, and 80 or 90% of what I taught you here would be completely unnecessary if you knew the Piano Man Approach already. That's how I learn songs so quickly. I spend almost all the time practicing that I do, which is not very much, learning little bitty signatures, and almost no time figuring out how do I comp the chords on this song, and that stuff should be almost second nature to you. And I teach you there's some pretty simple principles. There's only 3 things that you really need to dial in and figure out on the piano to get 90% of what we did here done without ever having to watch a tutorial or look at a piece of sheet music. So please check out my free webinar if that interests you at all. It's down in the description as well. So in the meantime, have fun playing and stay happy and healthy and safe and all those good things. I'll see you on the next one. I'm Piano Man Steve Lungrin, signing out of here, and I will say it one more time. If you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. See you guys.